Hello, friends. Welcome back to our Bloom Weekly segment. I'm so excited that you joined me today, and I have some wonderful things to share with you. I'm really excited about what God is showing us concerning 2015, writing our vision, looking at our vision often. I really believe in this. I've seen it work in my own life personally. I've seen where I wrote a vision and I was consistent to reflect on it, and I saw the Lord do a lot of things in accomplishing those visions for that year. And then last year was really a dud year for me. I'm happy to admit it. I want to be transparent with everyone. I didn't write my vision like I normally do, and I ended up not having the greatest year as far as accomplishing some goals and really seeing standout things take place. So this year I am all geared up and ready for it to be a great year, and I'm dictating to the year what it's going to be like. So I would love for you guys to join me in this quest, because there's more power in teamwork and there's more fun when we do this together. Today I want to talk to you just for a few moments about discipline. It isn't a dirty word. It may feel like a dirty word. It may sound like a dirty word, but it's not. It's actually probably the most important ingredient in achieving your goals and dreams. I've been feeding on Terry Savelle. She is a wonderful motivating speaker, and I've been feeding on a lot of her podcast and just the things that she's teaching and the books that she's written. She has a heart to help people accomplish their dreams. So I'm going to share with you a few things that she's been teaching on, and then I'm going to also share with you some of my personal experience. So we're talking about discipline, and I want to read you something out of 1 Corinthians 9, and we'll start in verse 24 because I want to set up the last verse, which is the one that's really important to me. And it's 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24, and it's titled, Striving for a Crown. This is Paul talking. He says, "Do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but one receives the prize? So run in such a way that you may obtain it. And everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. Therefore I run this way, not with uncertainty. Thus I fight, not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified." That is a strong statement right there. I want to start in verse 26, and I want to highlight something that Paul said. He said, "Therefore I run this way, not with uncertainty." Okay, so when I told you last week about writing your dreams, I said something to you about being specific. It is very important to be it's a hard word to say, specific. I was teaching about this in children's church, and I was getting them to all say specific, and we ended up couldn't say it at all by the end of the few minutes with them. I want to tell you something, though. People who are disciplined in the areas that, let me just rephrase it. You're more disciplined in the areas that you are clear about, okay? That is a proven statistic that if you are more clear about your dreams and your goals, and you're specific about it, you are going to be more disciplined to achieve it. There's a connection there. So Paul says to us that he's not running with uncertainty. He's not running without a clear goal in mind. He has a point that he's trying to get to, and he's keeping his focus on that. And what that's doing is that focus is causing him to be disciplined. And then he goes on to say in verse 27, "I discipline my body and bring it into subjection." Okay, there's other other translations that say, "I discipline my body daily." That is a more accurate description of that verse. Paul is saying that even I, of course he didn't say this, I'm adding the even I, but he's saying even I have to daily discipline my flesh. I have to daily tell my flesh what it's going to do, or else it's going to try to trump me. And I can't have that, because I have a goal, a clear vision of where I'm headed, and I cannot tolerate lack of discipline, or I won't get there. So Paul is saying, this is the person that has written the majority of the New Testament. I mean, he's done just amazing things. And he's still saying, listen, it's a daily choice for me. My flesh never feels like doing the hard thing. My flesh never feels like getting up and exercising. And I'm telling you that daily I have to make a choice. So I want to highlight that to you this week, that you need to be clear and specific about your goals. Write it down and give yourself a very clear picture of what you want and where you're headed. And that is when your discipline will work the best. Okay, I have a couple other things that I want to show you. I brought with us today, a list. Now, this is my personal list of some things that I am going after this year. I have a daily household chore list. How many of you have ever seen your laundry mounting up over the week and your kids just keep piling more dirty clothes and piling more dirty clothes, and it's like, oh my gosh, and it feels like it's just this monkey on your back that you have to do laundry. I was listening to, I believe it was Terry, and she was talking about this as well, and she said, you know what, I used to pass that pile of dirty clothes all the time until I decided, and I was like, I have to go do my laundry right now. And she said, but then I started learning how to manage my time, and I started assigning certain chores to certain days. So she said, I decided to assign my laundry to a certain day. And when I did that, something changed in me, that when I passed the laundry room and I saw the dirty clothes, it didn't affect me. And I didn't feel like I have to instantly stop what I'm doing and go take care of this, because I knew, no, laundry's getting taken care of on Thursday. So I don't have to think about that until Thursday. But when Thursday comes, all the laundry is getting done. So I just built on that, and I decided I'm going to be clear about my vision for our household chores. And so I began to go down through the days of the week and assign certain things for each day, and for each one of my children to participate, and for myself as well. So this is another example of being clear about your vision and your goal, and then being disciplined to see these things happen every day. So I wanted to share that with you because I like show and tell. And so I figured you would too. Then I've also written out, and I'm still working on this, but this is going to go on my wall, and it's just going to be 5 disciplines for my life this year. So these are 5 areas in my life that I have something specific that I want to achieve. And so I encourage you to be that specific. Get 5 things in your life that you would like, or it may be 6. I don't know. It could be any number, really. It may just be one thing. But write that one thing down. Be specific. And then we can apply our discipline to that. So I'm really excited about us seeing some results through being specific and going after that. So here's a couple things that I want to share with you before we leave. Number 1 is people are mostly disciplined in the areas that are clear. We just talked about that. Then number 2, consistency brings results. So being consistent to look at your dreams and your visions and to be disciplined in these areas, that's what's going to bring results in your life. Focus, number 3, is focus brings acceleration. The more focused you are on something, God adds His accelerating power, and you just seem to get there faster because you're just focused, and nothing is going to deter you from what you're going after. Number 4, get on a growth plan. These are just a few things that we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks until we finish our Resolve podcast for this month. Get on a growth plan, which is kind of what I've done here with my 5 disciplines for this year. I have a growth plan, how I'm going to grow this year. Then number 5, this is a very good one, and I'm working on it, but there's a direct connection between organization and success. So these are a few areas that we're going to kind of talk about over the next few weeks, and I hope that it will stir you guys up to do these same things with me, and we're just going to see just tremendous success by doing these things. And I would encourage you to come to Resolve this weekend. If you haven't signed up, there's still plenty of space available, and we would love to have you. It will be just a great opportunity to grow and gain some tools and things like that to make the most of your year this year. So I just bless you, and I hope to see you next weekend. Look forward to seeing you next week.